So the WNBA sent in their new proposal, and it's one of those things where you've got everything here. You've got everyone basically saying, "Oh, they sent the same proposal back again." However, did they give the players what they want? No. In reality, they aren't. But they did also, by the looks of things, go and give her a decent chunk extra money towards every team. Because if you guys haven't seen in the new latest proposal, it's 5.65 million as the total.
For 3 decades, WNBA owners have hemorrhaged cash, a brutal reality that pushed some shareholders to the brink, wanting to burn the entire league to the ground. This isn't just about bad investments. It's about a relentless financial drain that had reached its breaking point. Just as the future looked bleakest, a shocking new proposal landed on the table. A last-ditch effort to keep the WNBA alive. This wasn't just another negotiation. It was a desperate gamble, a lifeline thrown into a raging storm. The very survival of the league hung in the balance. And the owners' reactions were about to expose the raw truth of their desperation.
That's still 50k extra per player, which is huge. Like, again, that is almost as much as they were making all last season. Some of the players were making last season. If you were a hardship player, that's all you were making for a season. That 50k is more than what most players make it's not more than what most players overseas. Probably in and around what a lot of players make overseas. And that has been added on in this new current CBA. So a lot of people are saying, okay, the players are like, oh, it's a slap in the face. The public are, but the players haven't said anything. These are the players that would have.
The WNBA's latest offer isn't merely a minor adjustment. It's a dramatic increase that completely reshapes the financial landscape. The new salary cap now stands at an unprecedented $65 million, a significant jump from the $5 million previously on the table. This isn't just numbers on a page. It's a direct response to escalating player demands and the urgent need to stabilize the league. This substantial boost, a $650,000 increase, represents a critical turning point in the contentious negotiation. The implications for both players and the league's future are enormous, far more impactful than surface-level critiques suggest.
The players are like, oh, it's a slap in the face. The public are, but the players haven't said anything. These are the players that would have retweeted everything if they thought it was going to help them. And basically, they all basically got 50k extra put into their pockets. An extra 50k put into your pockets for pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing. It is what it is. Like, you've got now situations where you can't, even 50k extra, in the grand scheme of things, it looks pretty much nothing. But
this $65 million cap translates directly into more money for every single player. We're talking about an additional $600,000 distributed across each team, which means an extra $50,000 in every player's pocket. For some athletes, particularly those previously on hardship contracts, this $50K bonus is a life share, almost matching their entire previous season's earnings. This isn't spare change. It's a substantial upgrade that could alleviate real financial burdens for many, making it incredibly difficult for the Players Association to simply dismiss. The gravity of this increase cannot be overstated for the majority of the league's talent.
We won't worry about the structure, just give us more salary. And I absolutely believe if the players came back and didn't have anything to do with like great or revenue split or anything, and they just literally were like, okay, bump the salary cap to 7.5 million. I don't know, make the max salary 2 million. Make the max salary on a 1.8 million and bump the salary cap to 7.5 million. I think the likelihood of the league saying yes is high. And I think the reason why we're not seeing the league respond, or the players respond,
despite the significant financial boost, initial whispers from some corners of the player community painted the proposal as a slap in the face. However, the striking silence from the players themselves, who are usually quick to vocalize grievances, tells a different story. This isn't a sign of indifference. It's a strategic pause. Players and their association are clearly deliberating the true value of this offer, understanding that public outrage might not be the most effective negotiation tactic here. The quiet analysis behind the scenes suggests a deeper consideration than the initial dismissive headlines implied, hinting at a careful evaluation of their next move.
Continue growth, and they've been losing money, and by the owners, all the shareholders, and they've lost money for 30 years. So both sides are not going to put themselves in a position where they're going to screw themselves over. If you are the players, absolutely do what you can to get as much as you possibly can. But we're now in a situation where people are talking about the league's proposal as, oh, they sent back the same revenue split. They didn't. And like, first of all, apparently the players want 10 million salary and that's their 30%. But then initially they were looking for 50% at 12.5 million salary. Like, the percentages, no one's percentage seems to...
The $5.65 million proposal isn't just a raw number. It represents a substantial 12% increase added directly to player salaries across the board. To put that into perspective, the average salary per player is now nudging close to $500,000, a figure significantly higher than previous iterations. This is a dramatic leap for a league that has historically struggled with player compensation. This 12% jump, especially in a league fighting for financial stability, is a powerful concession from the ownership side. It shows a clear intent to meet player demands for better pay, even as the owners navigate their own financial challenges.
What's going on? And there was a significant jump in salary. Everyone's like, oh, there wasn't a significant jump in like the rev split and everything, but like $600K salary for a league coming from where they were is a significant jump. It absolutely is. So it's funny because people want to word it being like, oh, there was no significant jump. They gave him back the same thing. By the looks of things, there was a significant jump, which would have been nearly 50% of the old salary cap, which would have been 3 max contracts in the old CBA. So, yeah, I think in general, we're close to
beyond base salaries. The negotiation hinges on the contentious issue of revenue sharing. The league is pushing for a net revenue model, while players continue to demand a share of the gross revenue. This isn't a minor detail. It's a fundamental disagreement over how the league's profits or losses are distributed. While net revenue sharing is expected to increase over time as the league grows, the players' hesitation is understandable. They want immediate guaranteed access to a larger slice of the pie, fearing that a net model could limit their earnings in the short term. This structural conflict remains a major sticking point.
The AU talk probably went like, look, we can't turn down this money. We're struggling to survive. We can't turn down this money. And whatever about the trust in the PA. Because unlike a lot of other in the other things where it's like the NBA, you can afford to sit out. There is a legitimate chance because there are people that are shareholders in the WNBA that want to burn down the league. That is the risk. That is the big risk, is that there are people that are shareholders that don't care about the league and could burn it down. And look, in the grand scheme of things,